Guys.
What's going on, fans? This is Lexi Rodriguez, four-time All-American at Nebraska and now proud member of Omaha's newest professional team, Love Omaha Volleyball. League One Volleyball is bringing the heat this year. Don't miss your chance to see Olympians, national players, and national champions right here in Omaha from now through April. We can't wait to see you cheering us on in the stands. Visit lovboma.com to buy single match tickets to see me and Love Omaha Volleyball in action this season. Go Big Green!
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just the professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, our passion. For happier, healthier furry friends.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith. Innovation has a name. Call John Henry's at 402-435-5555 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-435-5555.
Yesterday, your water heater worked just fine. Today, surprise! When you're out of hot water, just call the plumbers at Bryant. In most cases, you can get same-day water heater replacement. What you won't get is a costly surprise with the bill. At Bryant, the price you're quoted is the price you'll pay. No last-minute extras for piping or ventilation alterations. Need a new water heater? Just call Bryant, 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Fairway has fresh cut meats, seafood, cheese, wine, and spirits, and a friendly staff that's always ready to help you find what you need. Stop by Fairway Meat Market today to plan your weekly meals in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Wrestling fans, it's time to elevate your game, just like Stevens & Smith Construction does for your concrete needs. As your full-service concrete contractor, we deliver solid results every time. From singles to doubles, fighting for inside position to scrambling reversals, we know how to pin down quality and slam expectations. Stevens & Smith Construction, a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket, where Husker wrestlers bring you all the action. Don't stall, Stevens & Smith Construction is here to help you build a concrete foundation for the win. Check us out at www.stevensandsmith.com because stalling is a penalty and winning is the only option.
At Planet Fitness, we're declaring it. This is the year of getting stronger. And future stronger you can get started now by saving $28 or more when you join today. You in? We have all the best in-class equipment you could ever need to keep stepping it up. And free fitness training to help you mix up your routine. Plus, most clubs are open 24 hours. So let's do this. Join Planet Fitness today and save $28 or more. Just $1 down, $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends February 28th. See Home Club for details.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions. This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Welcome to The Drive with AD Raff and Ahman Green. Former Husker football national champion, speaker, and author, Aaron Davis.
Nebraska will win the national championship. The Cornhuskers beat Miami. It is history, 13-0, and bring that trophy back to Lincoln.
Former Arena Football League quarterback, former head coach of the Capital City Crush, and guru of Husker football history, Chris Raff.
25 straight wins for the Cornhuskers. One of the most dominating stretches in college football history.
We may have seen one of the best teams in the history of college football tonight.
12-year NFL veteran.
He's got some speed to go with strength.
Huskers and Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer.
Shovel pass to Green into Vikings territory. Finally brought down.
And University of Nebraska East sports coach, Ahman Green.
Look at Green, all by himself. 20, 10, touchdown.
Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Good morning, folks. Good morning, good morning, good morning, and good morning again on this beautiful Friday, February 28th, the last day of this beautiful month. And it is sunny outside. The sun is shining, man. There's no breeze. It's gorgeous here. Raff and AG, good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
There they are.
What's the weather like there in Omaha, 43 minutes away, Rafferty?
It's 49 degrees and sunny. 49 and sunny in Omaha.
Nice.
59. AG, what about you in H-Town, my man?
54 and sunny.
54 and sunny. Gentlemen, it is 51 degrees here in the capital city. It says it feels like 45, but today is a high of 62 with a little wind coming around 10 o'clock a.m. this morning. So
we got a heat wave.
Brother, as long as the wind does not include snow, I'm good. I'm good. You guys think about it. At least, I mean, Raff, no, you weren't here, but AG, a week ago this time, it was freaking cold here.
Oh, no, I remember. Oh, yeah.
I was there.
Yes. Oh, you were here, Raff. Yes, because you were the night before. That's right. Yeah. It was brutal outside. I think a week ago today was the first day the kids went back to school after being out all week because it was a balmy -5, or something like that. So it shows you how quickly things can change, how quickly they can change. Rafferty, what's the show this weekend there that you're in Omaha for, man?
Omaha Home and Garden Show down at the CHI Center.
Raff, do you have a green thumb?
Nope.
I'm just here to pass out lottery tickets.
AG, are you a gardener, man?
I can see
you doing some gardening.
Yeah, I'm a gardener. Cut my grass. We had a garden in Green Bay.
Well, cut your grass for landscaping. I mean, like, do you have like a garden?
Can you let me finish?
Okay,
I was gonna say, are you growing?
Yeah, yo, the brother can't talk on the show.
Come on.
I was starting with cutting my grass, what I do now, with mostly, and trimming, landscaping. But then in Green Bay, we had a little garden. We had jalapenos, green peppers, tomatoes, garlic, to name a few items in that garden. And we had a roller tiller. I would roller till right after the winter would, after the ground would unfreeze, thaw out basically. I would hit the roller tiller next door and get the grass and the dirt ready for my wife and I to start planting stuff. So we had for about 2-3 years, we had our own own tomatoes, own green peppers, jalapenos, garlic, some of our favorite items that we like to cook with.
I'm debating this year if I want to do a garden or not. I've never done one, at least when I was a kid. But the place I was going to put it is where my old dog is buried, so I don't want to.
Probably not a great spot.
Yeah, I probably find some place else for it. But
find another part of the yard.
What's that?
I just find another part of the yard.
Yeah, I thought about it a little bit because there's no kids back there anymore.
Yeah.
Got all that space.
Well, Louis.
Louis. I mean, Louis got a little.
You got to put up a fence, a little chicken wire to keep him out of the garden.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. There's some things I want to do with that side part over there off the deck, Nick. You know what part I'm talking about.
If I can be 100% honest, AD, I don't think that's a good idea.
Me with a garden?
Just like you to have a garden.
Why not?
I just don't think, number one, you would stick with it. Number two, I'm not sure the plants would survive.
You know what, Nick? Here's the deal.
And this is what's going to happen. This is me challenging you. So you
just lit a fire.
Well, actually, he didn't because he's telling the truth. I'm not sure if I would.
Yeah, you talk a good game, AD. I know you. You talk a good game.
Yeah.
The question is, are you going to follow up and execute?
AD's like, at this exact moment when it's not the proper time of the year to do it, it does sound good. But when May comes around, I ain't trying.
I mean, it looks great on Pinterest.
Yeah, I already know how this goes. It's like, hey, AD, what are you going to do on Saturday? Oh, I'm going to work on the garden. And then Saturday rolls around. Yeah, we got a tea time at Pioneers at 12:15.
Yeah. But once you get it up and going, like once you break ground and do your chicken wire fence and put your stakes in to know where, with your little, like a picture of what's growing here. Once you do all that stuff, then it's watering 2-3 times a week. Depends on the vegetables or the fruit that you're growing. Then it'll tell you. You could just Google it. How many times do I water tomatoes in a week if I have my own garden? Like online, Google. I mean, that's one beautiful thing about technology today. You could Google everything, and they give you basically the fundamentals of something to do. So gardening, you'll definitely have a green thumb in a month or so if you go online and go to do it yourself on YouTube or anything like that. Because that's how sometimes I did my research. If not, call my brothers because they were, they like to get in the yard too and do some gardening.
I got a pair of overalls too, AG and Raff, that coveralls that I got from the fort. And sometimes I just throw dirt on them to make it look like I was doing a lot of stuff because they're the cleanest pair of coveralls you've ever seen in your life. So one time I got some paint and just rubbed it on it.
Hey, Brooke, can you take these to the dry cleaners, please? They got a little paint spot on them. No, I guess if I were to ask you guys favorite homegrown vegetable or what's your favorite thing to consume? What is it?
Out of a garden?
Out of a garden, because hands down for me, jalapenos.
Jalapenos.
I will never turn down homemade or like homegrown jalapenos. Never, not once.
Jalapenos are good. What about you, Raff and AG? What's your favorite thing out of the garden?
Anything.
Nebraska. Corn on the cob.
Corn on the cob.
Well, okay, you're probably not getting that from
you're
probably not getting that from the garden, but okay.
Well, yeah, if you have that in your garden, come on.
You sure can. You just gotta have high fences. And,
you can do it. I mean,
and that's doable. That's doable. Don't let them doubt you, Ryan. Don't let them doubt you. That is doable. Everything.
Do you use the corn stalks then for your haunted house during Halloween? Is that what's going on, Raff? Or
well, I've never grown them before. I was just reverting back to my grandpa and grandma back in Pierce, Nebraska, back in the early '80s, and they used to have a big garden out behind their house.
That would be fun. That was fun.
On a field.
No, it was their backyard. It was right in Pierce there, right in downtown Pierce, the Mecca.
I interrupted you, AG. Go ahead.
No, I'll say everything from the garden. Anything. I mean, I love anything homemade. I love when it's out there, fresh, organic. I love it ever since I was a kid because I learned. Like I remember either talking to my mom or my dad or one of my brothers and saying why, something homemade is better than something bought from the store or like McDonald's. Because I was a kid, I was growing up, wanting to get Happy Meals every now and then. But my mom and dad's like, one, it tastes better and it's good for you or something like that. And I was like, it tastes better? I was like, ooh. And I was like, oh, so home from scratch and anything from your yard, if you could do it, it doesn't matter what fruit or vegetable it is for me. Boom.
So you're a homemade ice cream kind of guy, AG, right?
Oh, yes. Anything homemade. Homemade, I'm eating.
They make those Ninja blended creamy things nowadays, like the blenders.
Got a Ninja house.
Yeah, they got a smoothie maker.
Yeah, but
not a smoothie maker, a frozen, what
creamy.
You get at Wendy's?
Yeah, it's
frosty maker. It's a frosty maker, pretty much. So it's like, my wife just bought one.
So like I got the Ninja, like the coffee machine, the blender, but then they came out with a new thing that's the Ninja Creamy, it's called. And essentially you put all your stuff in there and you blend it up and it makes it into ice cream.
Yep. It just rotates it until it starts to freeze, like the old school one. that you had to do on your own. You had to do the crank. My grandmother had one, and then you had to sit there for hours, and take break, and then go the other way. Yeah, but now you just plug it in. Boom, technology.
It's easy, right? But then, but like I've seen people just put like protein powder in them and like fresh fruit, obviously, and so they make them. It's a healthier form of ice cream, essentially. But
basically,
out of the garden, I would go. I'm pretty much anything, but I love greens and cabbage. I love greens and cabbage. Yeah, I love the collard greens. I love the cucumbers,
mustards. There's mustard greens. There's collard greens, and there's one more. I just can't think of it.
It's a lot of. I love it.
It's at least 3 species of greens. At least 3.
I hate green beans.
Oh, okay.
I don't like Brussels sprouts. I'm not a Brussels sprout dude.
Ooh.
I don't know what it is. The taste is an acquired taste.
Yeah.
That once it hits the back of my throat, I'm like, I'm good.
well, I will say. So when Jake and I were in New York for the bowl game, there was 2 things that we got every single meal. One of them was jumbo shrimp. The other one was Brussels sprouts.
Why? Who was the Brussels sprouts fan?
Jake started it.
Why am I not surprised?
I just got like the roasted garlic mashed potatoes at dinner or whatever. But ultimately, I started trying the Brussels sprouts. Loved them. Never had tried them. Never had tried the roasted Brussels sprouts. But these ones had like the garlic. It was real good.
My taste buds, I don't know. They do not agree with Brussels sprouts. I don't know what it is. From day one, and it was probably like 20 years ago, they were homemade. And I was like, I took one bite and I was like, and I eat it. I'm like Mikey. Remember from the Toto commercials? Mikey, he likes it. I'm Mikey. When that happened, I was like, I'm not Mikey right now. This don't taste good. Something ain't right with these.
My goodness.
He likes it.
Yeah, that's what he likes it. Mom and Dad didn't have no problem with me. I was the only one that ate everything. All my other siblings, they were the problems. They were picky eaters. I was not. So
we've had a couple of people mention strawberries on there. I have never tried fresh strawberries.
Oh, they're delicious.
Obviously the ones that you buy in the store. Yeah. Obviously those, right? Like those are at my house. But like the ones that people grow, never actually had a homegrown fresh strawberry.
Go to a strawberry farm where you could go pick. Because I know in Wisconsin, not far from my house in Green Bay, it was a couple like pick farms where you could go to strawberry and pick and then eat them right off the trees. It was
interesting.
So delicious.
Well, you experienced that at the orchard.
Yes,
AD.
that was unbelievable, man. At their in Nebraska City.
Yeah.
At the Arbor Day Farms, man. If you get a chance to go to Arbor Day Farms, check it out. The first time I had the Brussels sprouts was at the Biltmore Hotel in Los Angeles, in LA.
Oh, is
about
that
10
right?
years ago, man. And those jokers were off the chains. I was at a conference there.
Yeah, I was just saying,
and I was from that point on in the venue. I mean, obviously they're whatchamacallit, they support, they're one of our sponsors as well, with Good Sense. That was, and I love them. They're Brussels sprouts here at the venue as well. It's got some great ones.
Yeah, that's an experience. You know they were good when you remember the place you were at when you had them for the first time.
The Biltmore Hotel, LA.
Mine was Ocean Prime in New York City, Times Square. Ocean Prime was
it's making me hungry. I wasn't even hungry before I got here.
I know.
Well, I tell you what, to kind of segue into the sports, there's somebody else that was hungry. I don't know if you guys have heard of this guy, but his name is Ahmad Hassanian, and he plays defensive line for
Boise State.
Boise State.
Yeah, I watched him run last night.
Yes, you guys, I want you to listen to this real quick. Just check this out real quick.
Ever, as we watch these guys work here, met a player more eager and excited to be at the combine than Ahmed Hassanin out of Boise State. I know DJ mentioned him. I just spoke to him. He's the first Egyptian player to not only play in college football, but to be here at the combine. He's going to be the first Egyptian player drafted in the NFL. I spoke to him and he said, 5 years ago, Stacey, I couldn't speak English. He spoke Arabic. And he said, I didn't play football. His brother, who's watching, hey, Corey, shout out to you, who's a teacher and a high school coach, actually went over to Egypt, talked to the family, said, let's bring him back. So they brought him back over here to the U.S. And they tried him at receiver. He told me he couldn't catch. They tried him at linebacker. He said it was too much. So they said, go get the quarterback. That's what he's done.
Nice.
This guy, his energy will blow you through the roof.
You guys,
I wonder why they were focused on him so much. Because I was watching it and the volume was low. So I was just watching them run. Like I say, sometimes I don't like to hear the commentation because you got Rick Eisen that runs like a 6'8" 40, and he's talking about 40s and everything else. So I turned him down.
That's fired.
Hey, so that's why I didn't realize why they were talking about him so much. So that is awesome. That is amazing that he could go through that and be able to do what he's doing and be able to have an opportunity to get drafted right now. That's awesome. Great story.
There was a lot of cool stuff at the combine yesterday. There's also a lot of how do I want to say this, movement in the camp of Abdul Carter to where people believe he's going to be the number 1 overall pick to the Tennessee Titans.
What do they say regarding his surgery?
So obviously not fully healthy, not recovered yet. But they were talking about reading the tea leaves, and there's been one player that people have always have this entire time throughout the draft process called a generational talent, and it's been Abdul Carter. And the Tennessee Titans' new GM mentioned, hey, if we have a chance to take a generational talent at number 1, we are going to do it.
He's a freak, man.
So there it is.
He's a
what
freak.
position?
Defensive end.
Tennessee?
From Penn State.
Penn State.
Penn State. Yeah.
Tennessee Titans have the number 1 overall pick.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
they need help. They need some defensive guys.
Yes,
they need a quarterback.
Yeah, they need a quarterback bad.
Yeah, but you can get that free agency too.
We got a lot of sports.
There's none in it. I won't say there's none, but maybe to fit their scheme, maybe. But right now, I wouldn't go quarterback for them in draft. I'll go free agency.
We're definitely going to hop on those topics as well. Old Dad 34. Oh, we're definitely going to talk about that young man as well at the 10 o'clock hour. Dave Renew, I see your garden here on our text, man. That's a nice looking garden, bro. That's a big one, actually. You said it's going to be bigger one this year. I love it. I love it.
I like what Mr. Mike D said. He liked artichokes. Hey, artichokes. That's a good one.
Yes, that's indeed. Broken Berry Farm, Unknown Texture 2040. Love those as well. So yeah, there's a lot of things in the garden. Like I said, Nick, you're probably right. I probably won't do it, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah. You gotta pass this off with the wife first.
Yeah, it's a commitment
because she's already know your commitment in some things. So
she would laugh.
Our significant others know this about us.
Hey, but when it comes to cleaning, she knows she knows he's gonna go to work.
Yeah,
because I'm meticulous with stuff like that. But something where
this is not cleaning though. This is playing with dirt and grass.
Yeah,
and being out there in the summer watering the vegetables down. See,
and I'm good with yard work, but yard work and vegetable work, like you mentioned, is totally different.
Brooks gonna be like, AD Aaron, I don't want to have to be the one in charge of it.
Right.
That's what's
100%. She does not need to do that by herself.
Aaron, did you water the garden today? No, I did not.
I did clean my golf clubs.
I know. Yeah. No, but I just hit the shot from 193 yards. It's pretty sweet.
Folks, we got a lot of sports to discuss. When we come back, Nebraska, there is a ton of sports going on. There is track, there's baseball, there's softball, there's basketball. We'll discuss all those things. And, of course, we can't forget the Combine because one particular Husker, I think his shoes are still hot right now. We'll discuss that.
Money.
Oh, I think he made some loot. We'll discuss that when we come back, folks. It's The Drive. It's Friday, 90.7 Ticket.
Give your furnace a break with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows. Heartland of Nebraska Windows offers a free estimate, full window replacements, all vinyl triple pane windows, and a lifetime warranty of everything, while still keeping their prices affordable. Sounds too good to be true, right? Heartland of Nebraska Windows is locally and family owned with their own team of installers. Give the window experts at Heartland of Nebraska Windows a call today at 402-430-3852 or visit them online at heartlandofnebraskawindows.com. Elevate your home or business with the help of Heartland of Nebraska Windows today.
There's no place like McKinney's Irish Pub for St. Patrick's Day, so mark your calendars to join in on the fun for their 11th annual Street Festival. The party starts on Saturday, March 15th, with tons of giveaways, a kilt contest, great Irish food, and green beer, and continues on Monday the 17th for actual St. Patrick's Day. Doors open for the bar at 11 a.m. on Saturday and 9 a.m. on Monday, and the street party starts at 2 p.m. both days. Don't miss out on great music and great fun with no cover charge for St. Patrick's Day weekend at McKinney's 8th and P in the Haymarket. Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription, or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
I'm softball player Jordy Ball, and I'm proud of my Nebraska roots, and I'm proud to be back home. And at Midwest Bank, they're proud to be your local community bank. They believe in family first, taking initiative, showing integrity, and rolling up their sleeves to support their local communities. They treat everyone like family, no matter where you're from. Whether you walk into a branch in York, Lincoln, Norfolk, or Pierce, you know you're going to be welcomed with a smile. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Fairway has fresh cut meats, seafood, cheese, wine, and spirits, and a friendly staff that's always ready to help you find what you need. Stop by Fairway Meat Market today to plan your weekly meals in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn. Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
The Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mainly sunny skies and it will be windy. See an afternoon high around 65. Tonight, mainly clear skies, a light breeze, and a low around 28. And tomorrow, we'll see mainly sunny skies with light winds and an afternoon high around 46. And meteorologist Kyle Fleck from 93.7 Ticket and theticketfm.com.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
If you're a veteran, our nation has created a wide range of benefits to thank you for your service, but it can be difficult to navigate the process of determining eligibility, filing claims, appealing decisions, and securing the benefits you've earned. Speak to your County Veteran Service Officer or the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs State Service Office to see what's available to you and your family. These services are 100% free, so visit veterans.nebraska.gov today. Sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Gray on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We are back on this beautiful Friday morning, folks. You guys, did the week seem like it went by quick to you guys?
Yes.
Yeah.
Very fast.
Yeah.
Two yeses.
The next couple of weeks are just gonna fly by.
I mean, the next couple of weeks are gonna fly by because Big Ten play, and then our conference play, and NCAA time, basketball tournament time. I mean,
yeah, I thought this week went by somewhat pretty fast. I think because I was excited to get a shot in the back.
There it is.
But it still went by pretty quick, though, man.
Yeah.
Went by pretty quick. Hope everybody had a great week out there. Appreciate you riding with us. Folks, this segment is brought to you by Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services. Jack has been a well-respected representative since 1999 to help you protect your home, vehicle, family, or even your future. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100 and learn how Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services can help you. Gentlemen, just kind of breaking news, if you would. Actually, not breaking. It was yesterday. Myles Garrett of the Cleveland Browns. You guys, I know we're talking NFL later, but just want to bring this up too in the whole kind of smorgasbord of sports we got. Myles Garrett, of course, of Cleveland, says his agents have completely shut down contract extensions, making it clear he no longer wants to be with the Browns. The Commanders is a potential one. It'd be prepared to make a strong push to land him, it says, but obviously there would be some major, it would not come cheap at all.
Yeah.
You guys, thoughts and opinions on Myles Garrett?
Hey, he would be a great addition to any roster. I'll say that much.
Yeah.
It just, you got to understand how he'll fit in, find out where, I know he could fit in just about anywhere, but just seeing everybody else around him and how he's going to be in the locker room with guys. And I'm pretty sure he's going to be pretty good because he's a leader in the Cleveland Browns locker room with all their dismay going on and, confusion, obviously being a Cleveland Brown organization. This one was not in order, but, I definitely welcome him to any roster for sure because he's a Pro Bowler. He's a leader. He's been, obviously we've seen through watching, he's been through some things and is able to always stay on top of what's going on around him, good and bad.
Rafferty, what's your thoughts on this? Nicholas, what's your
It
thoughts
just goes back to the quarterback again. I mean, the Browns don't know with Deshaun Watson if he's going to be the quarterback. Then remember he re-injured his Achilles, so you have that on the table. I really hoping that that Jameis Winston would step in and be a little bit successful, and that didn't work out for him. So if you're Myles Garrett, I mean, you're going into is this like year 6, year 7 now for him?
At least that.
So he's getting to the point now where, he wants to make, some type of Super Bowl playoff run. And he's looking at Cleveland, and Cleveland, they're not anywhere close to where they need to be. So you got to make the decision for your career now. And I think that's why he wants to get out of Cleveland.
Nick, he is a guy that he comes to play every day, every Sunday when he's out there. He's there. Would you think a guy that competitive, to Raff's point and to AG's point, you could pretty much fit anywhere? The locker room guy, Raff mentioned you got the quarterback.
Yeah.
You're at your prime, Nick. Let's think this is you. You're in year 6, year 7, whatever it is. You figure
year 7 or 8, actually. Year 8.
Year 8. It's like, how many years do I got left? I mean, do you blame the guy?
Well, I think here's the thing. You look at the Cleveland Browns organization, and time again, they've shown the inept ability to absolutely ruin their chances at really building anything up. Like, I mean, you look at it's not even a case of the Browns haven't gone out and tried to make moves. It's that every move that they make ends up setting them back 3 steps farther away from where they're trying to get to. And the examples of this are they go out and they made a move for Amari Cooper on the offensive side in the receiver game. You remember the year that even a guy like Elijah Moore, and I don't want to act like Elijah Moore is a top 5 receiver in the league, but don't forget the year that Elijah Moore had with the New York Jets before he went to Cleveland. And then they trade for Jerry Jeudy, and they have that situation there. Right. And they had Deshaun Watson, and they took a risk on Deshaun Watson and tried to elevate that whole situation. They had an experienced offensive line at that point. Nick Chubb, unfortunately for them, just got banged up and was done for a couple of seasons. When it's all said and done, defensively, they've drafted guys high enough. You even go back to the days of like a Jabril Peppers. People are going to downplay that.
About that,
but like
man.
even Jabril Peppers was a first-round pick that they tried to go get and turn him into a guy. And then now Myles Garrett, over and over.
New England.
Yeah, over and over, the Browns are showing the inability to really build anything of substance. And when you're a guy of Myles Garrett's caliber, who is going into his 8th year, he was the #1 overall pick in 2017. You're sitting there with that internal clock going, man, I really want to win a Super Bowl before I'm done.
Right. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't blame a guy like that just simply says it's not doing like I want more of this. No, I want to win.
Yeah.
So it's hard to blame a guy like that, man.
The same thing happened with with Reggie White when free agency became a thing. He had been in Philadelphia. He had been in the UFL or USFL, excuse me. And when he got to Philadelphia in the NFL, started playing his game, was on decent teams, but teams that weren't just obviously, as we know, getting over the hump. And so free agency started in 1992, and that became a thing where teams can then, along with the draft, get better in the offseason. And so then once I say Ron Wolf was tipped off or found out that Reggie White might want to come to Green Bay because they got a young quarterback, an up-and-coming guy there, and a good defense that he could be a part of, then that was an opportunity there. And Ron Wolf jumped on it and was able to bring, as we know the story goes, Reggie White to the Green Bay Packers, and boom, Super Bowls after that and good teams after that. So he could change where Myles can go. He could just change that whole franchise around, especially if they're already in a good alignment, like somewhere like you mentioned, the Commanders. They already have a quarterback, they got a run game, and they got a good defense. Now you add somebody that's going to boost that defense up in terms of Myles Garrett, then you got a problem in the NFC East.
Absolutely.
You know who I instantly thought of was the Philadelphia Eagles. Can you imagine adding Myles Garrett?
Oh my goodness, that would be highway robbery if they get him.
Right?
I wouldn't be mad at Philly though. I'm not mad. I wouldn't be, they were able to get him. If they're able to secure, oh my goodness,
because if you're
they can rush without blitzing a linebacker.
I'm sure
that's been proven.
This is no surprise. What the Browns are going to be looking for, I'm sure, is plenty of draft capital.
Correct.
And so it's essentially one of these things of how willing are the Philadelphia Eagles to give up draft capital, and a lot of it for Myles Garrett. We know what the going rate for some of these guys are through the trade, and you talk about highway robbery. It feels like they're giving away the next 5 years of their franchise sometimes for as many picks as they have to give up. Guys, just to put things into perspective of what Myles Garrett's done. So he's had double-digit sacks every single year since 2018. He had seven sacks his rookie year, but ever since then he's had double-digit sacks. Four-time first-team All-Pro, 6-time Pro Bowler. I mean, this guy is really, when you're talking Hall of Fame capability, the one thing he's missing are rings.
Yeah.
And playoff appearances.
And playoff appearances, but obviously if you get a ring, that comes with it.
But just think how much he's probably been costed already just playing in Cleveland and not being with a noteworthy team. He's probably missed out on maybe an MVP or two just for the fact that he was with the Browns.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And then all in all, when you talk about Myles and what he can do going to another team and getting out of the situation he's at in Cleveland, this should be the obvious type of information or conversation that alerts a GM. If you draft a quarterback in the first round, you don't start him because they got so much to learn and get used to being an NFL quarterback and what they may have learned at the college level. It should just be one of those obvious red flags that pops up. So we know somebody like Myles Garrett with the experience he has behind him, though, from a defensive side of it. So what makes you think you could draft a quarterback at the college level to then come and change your program, at the NFL level? That's why I don't like when GMs do that to a quarterback, or not GMs, they draft them, but then they put that weight on them. But then the coaches are kind of pushed into it from the GM on the ownership to say, hey, we got to start this kid because he's our first round pick money, that we picked, and it might be in the money right there. Just so interesting where you don't give a player a chance to form developed, where some organizations got it down pat. You know, obviously like the Packers and a few others. I say this year with Jaden Daniels with the Washington Commanders so far. So
well AG, I think it's back to what I kind of mentioned a couple of weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
It's desperation. These guys, you know, these organizations are desperate to have a taste of success because they see counterparts in their same divisions having so much success. Like if you're the Raiders here, how do you go out, draft a quarterback, and then not play him because it's been so bad? Plus, you have the excitement of a new head coach, and then on top of that, you have the teams like the Chiefs and the Broncos now who are coming off of playoff berths and Super Bowl appearances. You want a taste of that. And so I think it's true desperation, even though it's not always the right call, like you said.
True. Desperation cannot push you.
Right.
It's only going to pull you down.
Yeah.
So what they got to do as a GM, if you're the person that's leading the charge as a GM or CEO of an NFL organization or any professional organization for that matter, you got to not let that desperation, because this is a slow burn. You got to trust the process. You got to build a team from the inside out, from the D-line, O-line out. And then when you find that quarterback, okay, maybe it's a first-round talent, for example. Let's say it is a Pat Mahomes, but you still got to bring him along. And he was brought along with Alex Smith in front of him first.
Absolutely.
So you can't get, that's where the good organizations, the Kansas Cities, the Philadelphia Eagles, the Green Bay Packers, the Commanders, they have the leadership in place to not let that desperation seek into their thought, because then they're doubting themselves to make the right picks and try to push something that is not ready in product. Just like AD, you're gonna when you want to build a garden, those plants are not going to grow if you don't water and feed them every day. You got to cultivate them like that in your garden. So same thing with these NFL players. You got to cultivate them. You got to build them out through the draft. You got to develop them. You know, something that the Packers lived on for years when Ted Thompson was the GM when he was alive. Got rest in peace there. But he understood that it's a process. You don't draft a player and just know here, he's going to be that guy. But it happens, right? We're talking about a phenom every now and then. Yes, you have a phenom that once they get the helmet and pass on for whatever NFL team emblem is on the side of the helmet, they will do business. But every now and then, but the majority says they will not. So you got to develop them into understanding what a professional player at whatever position is going to look like.
AG, the antithesis, you bring a perfect point out of desperation. The antithesis, Oakland Raiders.
Yeah. Right.
Out of desperation. And you see they never get out of the hole because they're making, as you said, AG, they're making desperate decisions instead of diligent research decisions. Thinking the long game is sort of the short game. Now, someplace you got to plug and play right away. I get that. But they've never been able to build. Think about they've had, 8 head coaches in the past 10 years or something crazy like that?
That's not good.
I think on top of it all, too, is something you mentioned with Patrick Mahomes. He was able to be, eased along because the Chiefs had Alex Smith. That leans on the front office to have some sort of plan, some sort of idea of how they 100%. Want to institute the next 10 years, the next 5. Okay, it's not 10, next 5 years of their franchise. The Chiefs knew that, hey, look, we're going to get this guy. We're going to draft a quarterback at, what was it, 11th overall? I think they had the pick was the 11th overall in that
and then
draft.
they traded up. They traded up to get Pat Mahomes.
Well, and so it's like, okay, we're gonna draft, or we're gonna draft a quarterback this season, but we still have a guy in Alex Smith that we would like him to be here for one more season and ease him into it. With the organizations we talked about, the Raiders, the Bears, the Jags, the Browns, they don't have that, and they've never attempted to have it.
They gotta attempt to do it.
You'll get 2 games into the season, and it's atrocious quarterback play from a guy like Jacoby Brissett or Dorian Thompkins-Robinson or whoever it might be. And it's unfortunate because then the fans start to clamor for it. The jersey sales of the rookie quarterback are at an all-time high. Everybody's the most popular player on any roster is the backup quarterback.
Right.
It's like these things of the pressure of outside noise gets to be too much. And these front office guys and the coaches, they fold.
Right. You're right there, Nate. It's just so funny that a lot of this information is so easily accessible.
Yeah.
Through YouTube and the internet. To get facts, right? To get the due diligence down, to study what teams were successful and how long did it take for them to get there. You got to remember the Packers went through the 80s and never touched the playoffs, and maybe once or twice. You know, guys that I know.
They had Lynn Dickey.
That was Lynn Dickey. That's exactly what I was about to say, Raff. You read my mind. You had players like Lynn Dickey, who I know now. I've been knowing for years, being a former Packer, that he's like, Ahman, those years, this is what, you know, we knew that, okay, we're going to have it rough. We had the Bears playing at their high end. You know, Detroit wasn't bad as well, but our division always been tough. Minnesota Vikings too were always tough, but we had to keep fighting because we knew eventually we was going to turn. It might not have happened with us, you know, with us being in the roster, but we knew eventually that it was the team or the program was going to turn around, because between the players on the field, they also this is the player talking to me now, not Ron Wolf. This is not the Mark Murphy. This is the former quarterback Lynn Dickey from the 80s telling me, look, just like college, just like high school, you might not be the team that year, but you're going to set the groundwork for other players to come in and say, this is how Packer football looks like. Regardless, we may not have the talent, but we're going to play hard for 4 quarters. We're going to give this team, if they're going to beat us, it's going to be the hardest win they get. So it's like, though, that type of mentality was spread along, you know, with us when I met Lynn Dickey and other players that played during his time, and obviously meeting Bart Starr and those players as well, Dave Robinson. Those they put that in their heads, and some of us was already locked in, you know, so we understood that. But those programs that y'all mentioned, the Jaguars, the Broncos, or the Cleveland, a few others, they have to tap into that to understand, like, this is a process. It doesn't start just all fast being bam now in year 1. It takes 5, 6, 10, 20 years to build that, and then keep it going by the leadership. That's the GM and the owner of the team to keep it going.
Well, folks, there's a lot of moving parts that are going on. NFL is going to be even more going on. It's this wild frenzy of free agency and combines and drafts and trades. It's going to get that more interesting here the next 6 to 8 weeks for sure. 4 to 6 weeks for sure. When we come back, folks, we got some mystery. Before we get out here, of course, later on the show, we'll get into the Huskers as well. When we come back, we got some mystery. It's Friday. It's The Drive.
Attention comedy fans, get ready for a night of non-stop laughs at the brand new Howler House Comedy Club. Brought to you by the team behind Kincaidor Brewing, Sideshow Spirits, and Beer House, this underground comedy experience is happening beneath Beer House in the heart of the Haymarket. Enjoy Jason Vest and Layla Ingalls from The Kill Tony Show, as well as Will C this Friday. Shows are at 6:30 and 9 p.m. Buy your tickets today at beerhousene.com for the brand new Howler House Comedy Club, opening this Friday at 8th and P.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service, bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
There's no place like McKinney's Irish Pub for St. Patrick's Day, so mark your calendars to join in on the fun for their 11th annual Street Festival. The party starts on Saturday, March 15th, with tons of giveaways, a kilt contest, great Irish food, and green beer, and continues on Monday the 17th for actual St. Patrick's Day. Doors open for the bar at 11 a.m. on Saturday and 9 a.m. on Monday, and the street party starts at 2 p.m. both days. Don't miss out on great music and great fun with no cover charge for St. Patrick's Day weekend at McKinney's 8th and P in the Haymarket.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just a professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at PAHLincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, our passion. For happier, healthier furry friends. Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you facing a legal problem and don't know where to turn? You need trial attorneys you can trust. Liberty Law Group's experienced trial attorneys will handle your case with professionalism and compassion. Whether you have been accused of a crime, injured in an accident, or threatened with a lawsuit, you can trust that Liberty Law will be there for you. Call for a free consultation and find out how Liberty Law can protect your rights and interests. That's 877-42-LIBERTY, 877-42-LIBERTY, or visit libertylawnebraska.com. Liberty Law Group, trial attorneys you can trust.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family. And as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Fairway has fresh cut meats, seafood, cheese, wine, and spirits, and a friendly staff that's always ready to help you find what you need. Stop by Fairway Meat Market today to plan your weekly meals in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Wrestling fans, it's time to elevate your game, just like Stevens & Smith Construction does for your concrete needs. As your full-service concrete contractor, we deliver solid results every time. From singles to doubles, fighting for inside position to scrambling reversals, we know how to pin down quality and slam expectations. Stevens & Smith Construction, a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket, where Husker wrestlers bring you all the action. Don't stall, Stevens & Smith Construction is here to help you build a concrete foundation for the win. Check us out at www.stevensandsmith.com because stalling is a penalty and winning is the only option.
Hey volleybalfans, this is Laura Dijkema, national player of the Netherlands and now the setter on Omaha's newest professional team, Love Omaha Volleyball. League Volleyball is bringing the heat this year. Don't miss your chance to see Olympians, national players and national champions right here in Omaha from now through April. We can't wait to see you cheering for us in the stands. Visit lovboma.com to buy single match tickets to see me and Love Omaha Volleyball in action. Go Big Green!
Lincoln's go-to for fun isn't new. It's a place that's been a staple of the city for years and is only getting better. Matson's Bowling and Billiards always has open bowling available with no long lines unlike other centers. They have live music almost every weekend and great food at EJ's Bar and Lounge with seating for 150 people. They have popular meals like the EJ Burger, pizza for the whole family, and famous EJ's Wings. Contact Sarah to book a party for friends, coworkers, or family at Matson's Bowling and Billiards just south of 48th and Holdridge.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Green on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We are back, folks, on this beautiful Friday morning. 9:54 down here in the capital city, 1040 O Street. Come down and support local. Get some hot coffee.
Oh, yeah.
Some pastries, breakfast burritos, and all sorts of good things down in the refrigerator, man.
Luke's been allowing me to start making some of my own drinks.
and it's incredible.
They're back there tearing it up.
I know. I highly recommend if you come on down here. I told people a couple weeks ago about the cookie dough latte, the iced cookie dough latte. It's special. For a colder day, or if you're looking for a warm drink, a simple white mocha. A simple white mocha latte will do the trick. Highly recommend.
It looks good too, man.
Luke makes them a lot better than I do. So have him make it.
Rafferty, we know you got to bounce out and get things prepped for the for some work you got after this, man. I'm going to start with the RGT. What you got, man? Raph, first of all, Raph, so we get it read. Who's this brought to us by, my man?
Oh, I didn't even have it pulled up. It's my Doors Plus. I'll get it read. Give me 1 second here.
Oh yeah, take your time, my man.
While you're getting that, David from Renew asks if I have a food handler's permit. Shockingly enough, I do.
Your Amigos days?
Oh yeah, Amigos.
My old stint.
Did it expire, or is it still legit?
I have had it. Yes, we got it. We're good.
Oh man,
Luke assured me that we were okay. And if Luke knows, then it's okay. Nice try, David.
Maybe gonna pull up in the street on you again, dog.
Here we are. All bark, no bite. Go ahead, Raffy.
All right, everyone. We're proudly sponsored by Doors Plus. If your garage door needs maintenance, you need an entirely new garage door, give Cameron Hall and his team a call today at 402-590-5800. Doors Plus is locally owned and handles everything from residential or commercial garage doors, garage door openers, safety tune-ups, or custom design. Visit DoorsPlusLLC.com to learn more. Doors Plus, garage doors, and
more.
There it is.
Boom. All right, everybody. Today's Raff's Good Take goes out again, sadly, to one of my dad's hunting buddies. Mentioned a couple weeks ago they lost one of their guys. Last week they lost another one of their guys. John Gronke, just a great guy, a great husband, great father. Lived out in New York, Nebraska. Went out to Arnold, Nebraska I think he was with my dad for 30 plus years. I hate losing him, but I hope that Benny and John are somewhere in a deer blind today, looking down on us and maybe saying a little prayer. So saying a prayer for John and his family. Your Raff's Good Take.
Thoughts and prayers to them, man, and to your parents too, Raff, and all that knew him. That it gets. So you're getting that age, you lose people, man. Absolutely. Thoughts and prayers to them, man. As far as history, this is not even history. This is breaking news. This is like right now. Not relating to Nebraska, but Texas A&M is set to announce what has been described as a game-changing 15-year, $515 million, fully guaranteed multimedia contract agreement with Playfly Sports.
Playfly
Sports. The deal would see the Aggies' multimedia rights payout jump from $18 million to $34 million annually.
That's really interesting.
515 from Playfly Sports to A&M. Guaranteed.
There's a common. So for context, Nebraska.
There's a theme there.
Yeah, Nebraska.
I know where Nick is going with this.
Yep, Nebraska uses Playfly, and people remember that initially Bill Moose wanted to move everything in-house. Nebraska's multimedia situation, thinking that, okay, you know what, we can make enough money on our own. We can do it on our own. We don't need a Learfield IMG or a Playfly in this case to help us. Trev Alberts gets here and they switch it up. Trev Alberts went and communicated with Playfly and said, hey, Playfly, do you want to partner with Nebraska? And did. Now Trev Alberts at A&M does the same thing. And like you said, very, very lucrative.
515 million. Playfly Sports guaranteed. A jump from 18 million to 34 million.
There's a common denominator there.
Yes, it is. In overall sports history, in 2002, it was announced that John Madden would be replacing Dennis Miller. Thank God. On Monday Night Football. Madden signed a 4-year, $20 million deal with ABC Sports at that time. Raff and AG, I know you remember, AG, you were playing during that time. But Dennis Miller, the guy was funny, but it was like, dude, this is not for you.
That's awesome.
This is not for you.
Hey, they tried to a guy that was already in entertainment. That was their try to see if he was an SNL guy. He was a comedian, stand-up comedian. So maybe let's just see what this works out like, right? Let's see what this happens. See what happens here, and they saw what happened.
Well, remember how they were reaching because you had Dennis Miller, Rush Limbaugh.
Yeah.
There was a few years there where Monday Night Football was really going through it, and then finally they locked into Coach Madden.
Yeah, it was.
Wow.
It was different for sure. AG, what you got, my man?
Shoot. I'm looking up now. You got it ran up on me real fast. Right now, shoot. I'm gonna have to say a year ago. No, I don't have nothing right now. I was just
all right. It's
got caught up in
all quiet on the video game front.
Yeah. I'll have something here in a second though.
That's
Keep
totally
talking.
fine.
Well,
That's
MT
totally
Westy said Chris Collinsworth is the modern day Dennis Howard.
Oh,
wow.
That's not right.
That's rough.
I would not say Chris Collinsworth, but I would say then potentially Jack Collinsworth.
Oh my God!
I would have been able to maybe get behind that one a little bit more.
I just don't like when the Chiefs are playing and Chris Collinsworth is on the deal.
That's a good point.
Patrick Mahomes. I mean, everything about Mahomes.
Now here's
the
the guy.
His shoe. Here's the guy that uses the bathroom and it's cool. I mean, just like, okay, dude, that's enough. That's enough. Austin Hanson says, "Happy belated birthday to you, AG." Austin.
Yeah,
Hanson.
so I'm on there. Thank you.
Absolutely.
That's funny.
Absolutely.
That's funny. Hey, Raffi, enjoy your weekend, my friend.
Raff, enjoy. Maybe
you
you
gotta go to work.
Just go to work, put in work. Give all those folks a big smile, man. Folks, we'll be right back because me, AG, and Nick got a lot of Husker ball to talk, but mostly one particular that I think his shoes are still hot. We'll talk about when we come back. It's The Drive.
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at doorsplusllc.com or give them a call at 402-590-5800.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Fairway has fresh cut meats, seafood, cheese, wine, and spirits, and a friendly staff that's always ready to help you find what you need. Stop by Fairway Meat Market today to plan your weekly meals in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Yesterday, your water heater worked just fine. Today, surprise! When you're out of hot water, just call the plumbers at Bryant. In most cases, you can get same-day water heater replacement. What you won't get is a costly surprise with the bill. At Bryant, the price you're quoted is the price you'll pay. No last-minute extras for piping or ventilation alterations. Need a new water heater? Just call Bryant, 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
Hey volleyball fans, this is Laura Dijkema, national player of the Netherlands and now the setter on Omaha's newest professional team, Love Omaha Volleyball. League volleyball is bringing the heat this year. Don't miss your chance to see Olympians, national players and national champions right here in Omaha from now through April. We can't wait to see you cheering for us in the stands. Visit lovboma.com to buy single match tickets to see me and Love Omaha Volleyball in action. Go Big Green!
Are you facing a legal problem and don't know where to turn? You need trial attorneys you can trust. Liberty Law Group's experienced trial attorneys will handle your case with professionalism and compassion. Whether you have been accused of a crime, injured in an accident, or threatened with a lawsuit, you can trust that Liberty Law will be there for you. Call for a free consultation and find out how Liberty Law can protect your rights and interests. That's 877-42-LIBERTY, 877-42-LIBERTY, or visit libertylawnebraska.com. Liberty Law Group, trial attorneys you can trust.
Attention comedy fans, get ready for a night of non-stop laughs at the brand new Howler House Comedy Club. Brought to you by the team behind Kincaidor Brewing, Sideshow Spirits, and Beer House, this underground comedy experience is happening beneath Beer House in the heart of the Haymarket. Enjoy Jason Vest and Layla Ingalls from The Kill Tony Show, as well as Will C this Friday. Shows are at 6:30 and 9 p.m. Buy your tickets today at beerhousene.com for the brand new Howler House Comedy Club, opening this Friday at 8th and Peak.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
I'm softball player Jordy Ball, and I'm proud of my Nebraska roots, and I'm proud to be back home. And at Midwest Bank, they're proud to be your local community bank. They believe in family first, taking initiative, showing integrity, and rolling up their sleeves to support their local communities. They treat everyone like family, no matter where you're from. Whether you walk into a branch in York, Lincoln, Norfolk, or Pierce, you know you're going to be welcomed with a smile. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call John Henry's at 402-435-5555 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-435-5555. Wrestling fans, it's time to elevate your game, just like Stevens & Smith Construction does for your concrete needs. As your full-service concrete contractor, we deliver solid results every time. From singles to doubles, fighting for inside position to scrambling reversals, we know how to pin down quality and slam expectations. Stevens & Smith Construction, a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket, where Husker wrestlers bring you all the action. Don't stall. Stevens & Smith Construction is here to help you build a concrete foundation for the win. Check us out at www.stevensandsmith.com because stalling is a penalty and winning is the only option.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Green on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Now, what you hear is not a test. I'm just rapping to the beat. It's me, the groove, and my friends. Just kindly move your feet. Now, see, I am Wonder Mike. I just come to say hello to the white, to the black. And
okay, that's where we cut him off. That's where we cut him off. We don't need to talk about that.
AG knows who that is. The rapper's delight.
All right, I got something.
Oh, here we go.
There you go, AG.
I'm back. You can laugh all you want. Better late than never.
That's right. Come on, baby.
Better late than never. All right, 27 years ago on this day, 1998, the first iteration of Grand Theft Auto came out on PC. So Grand Theft Auto, man, if you, Nick, you look like a Grand Theft Auto guy.
I have no idea what you're talking about any Diamond Heist casino.
See what I'm talking about? And I know people in the chat know what I'm talking about, Grand Theft Auto. So in the description of the game back then, drive dozens of varied vehicles around 3 of America's toughest cities.
Yep.
Only the best will be able to tame the fastest cars. Only the smartest will know all the shortcuts and the whereabouts of all the hottest wheels, and only the toughest will be able to take on the world and finish the job like a professional. And that means a professional gangster if you play Grand Theft Auto, y'all. So action adventure open world game that has been introduced, and they are working on the 6th installment right now. It actually should have came out last year. It should have came out last year, but now it's been pushed back to like maybe this summer or maybe this fall.
Yeah, they haven't given us an actual date on it. They say late 2025.
Yep.
But yeah, stay out of Los Santos, man.
Don't go into Los Santos without the key.
Don't go into Los Santos.
Hey, you got to be clipped up. You got to be clipped up. Hey, real quick story about playing Grand Theft Auto online. When it went online, Nick, AD, and chat, our listeners in, me and my good friend Ben up in Green Bay, we was like, all right, let's go. It's online now, AG. We got to do some things. I said, all right, what you want to do first? And just like we're talking about earlier, how you plan out stuff, right? So all right, he's like, let's rob somebody. He's like, let's rob somebody. I'm like, all right. I was like, where you want to go? I said, hold up. Let's not do the banks first. We're not on that level. It's just two of us. We don't have a gang. You know, it's only two of us. I said, so let's do a liquor store. He said, all right, let's do a liquor store.
My God.
Hey, AG, the best part is online. People are crazy. I mean, so you got to pay if you blow somebody's car up. I mean, it's essentially the purge just 24/7. I mean, anything is legal, and if you just start running away from the police, then you're fine. But like, hey, it's a wild game. It is a wild game that I'm not necessarily ashamed to play.
No, I'm not. I'm an adult. Let's just start there first.
That's the thing. But the first is that you mentioned the adult part. That's important because if you're under the age of probably like 16, 18, stay away from it.
I'll say 15. Under the age of 15, don't touch it. You should not have that game. You lied to your parents to get you something that they didn't know about, fully know. But real quick, we had to plan going to the.
It's not Grand Theft Auto.
What's that?
I said, I promise it's not what it sounds like, Mom. I'm not stealing cars.
Right.
It's not Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah,
right. So real quick, I'll finish my story here. So I was like, I'm gonna go in first. I'm gonna hold up the clerk at the register. I do that, and I was like, Ben, you know, you watch my backside, you watch what's coming in. So he's outside watching what's coming in, and he said, AG, we got a problem.
We got a problem.
I said, what's wrong? He said, I said, a car just pulled up with 5 dudes and they all got RPGs. My God. He got blown. So boom, he got blew up. And then when I turned towards him to look at the door and I see him get lit up. I turn back around. The clerk pulls out a shotgun on me, shoots me. I'm like, what?
Yep. Anything goes. And then 30 seconds later, everybody's just, back to their normal day.
You respawn and it's all back to normal.
It's like you're in New York. So
I remember my neighbor kids, some people got down the street, I'm not sure which one, and Aiden and Keenan, they knew they were forbidden to play that game because they were too young. I mean, you can't play Grand Theft Auto.
I wasn't allowed to have it.
Yeah, they couldn't have it. Waverly Jim says, Vice City is the greatest game ever. I'm 52. Yes. I still play it every now and then. It's a release to reality.
Hey, we got to do a Vice City roundup of all Vice City players, bro. That's when cheat codes was fun. And so I would do the cheat code. I would do the cheat code for money, for all the weapons and all the vehicles, and invulnerability where I couldn't die. So if I got shot, it was just bullets off of Superman. So
you bought the cheat code with it.
Yeah, that's when cheat codes were fun and they were not illegal like today.
Wow.
I don't know what you're talking about. Illegal.
They are.
Something that should be illegal is how fast Big Ty Robinson ran.
Let's talk about reality.
40. I mean, that was insane. You guys, here are the top times. Okay, I'm gonna go below. I'm gonna go the slowest to the fastest as far as D lineman. From Georgia, Warren Brinson, he ran a 5.09. Tommy Akingbistil, I believe his name is.
Slow down.
He was from Maryland. He's to slow down. And then from Houston, Jewett Tufona, he ran a 5.03. CJ West from Wisconsin ran a 4.95, along with Derek Harmon from Oregon, Darius Alexander from where was he from here? Toledo, Aeneas Peebles, he ran a 4.94. Tyrion Ingram Dawkins from Georgia ran a 4.86. Jared Harrison Hunty ran from SMU 4.86. Ty Robinson 4.83.
Yeah. By the way, that CJ West one. He weighs 316 pounds, and he ran a sub-5.
Moving.
Yeah, can you believe that?
Nick, AG, for a guy like Ty, okay, we talked about his what the scouts were seeing, his weaknesses, strengths, et cetera. And AG and Nick, both of you guys said that his weaknesses are things you can teach. I mean, you can teach those things, pad level, et cetera, could he handle a gap, all those sorts of things like that nature. You think about a man that big that can run a 4.83. AG, what does that do with him draft-wise?
It increases. It moves him up the draft list potentially. So that's what that does, and it puts scouts that either didn't know about him. Which you a scout, you should know everybody. But trust me, some scouts will not know about certain players in certain places. It is a thing. So it will put him on alert now to everybody else in the NFL about what he can do physically, all the physicals, because that's what the players are now getting in Indianapolis for all the scouts and all the GMs and all the CEOs of these NFL teams. They're getting all the stats of these kids, their height, weight, size, speed, strength, mechanics to their position, how they do, what they move like, and how they take the coaching. Because when you go from drill to drill, if you watch the combine here over the next few days, you'll see it's not only the physical stuff they're doing, are they paying attention, right? You got assistant coaches from around the NFL are also taking mental notes of when I talk to these guys, where they're looking at. Are they looking at me? Or are they looking at the ground? Or are they talking to the guy next to you? So they're also paying attention to that. Because when they give them instruction on this drill, hey, I'm going to only say this one time. Y'all better be paying attention. You do this drill like this, boom, 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 boom. When you better understand it. And if you do have a question, maybe raise your hand. But if you're looking at me, some coaches will either give you a little bit and say, hey, yeah, I mean, explain this one more time. But some coaches be like, no, you should have been listening the first time. So they want to pay it. They're evaluating you all the time. As soon as you get to Indianapolis, you step off that plane as a college athlete. You're one, not a college athlete no more. Two, you are now in the real world of business, of football, of professional sports, because they are critiquing you from the moment you walk into Indianapolis, into Lucas Oil, to the time you walk out. And so they're paying attention to all that. And for what Ty did and some of the other D linemen did, man, I say, like, playing football, I learned right away at the NFL level, how big men, they learn the angles and try to run people down. I remember Big Sam Adams played at Texas A&M, and Sam was probably like 330. And I remember in practice, I bounced it to the outside, and he ended up like tagging me off. He didn't tackle me because it wasn't a full goal, but he tagged me off, and it was like 10 yards down the field. And I'm like, what? I'm like, how did you get here? He's like, AG, I just know the angle, baby. He said, I'm not going to go at you straight down the line. I'm going to go where you're going to be. And I was like, oh, so not only having a talent and speed and strength, also thinking too. So just stuff you learn, and having D linemen running what they're running and what I seen yesterday, I say you got to keep your head on a swivel when you got big guys like Ty Robinson and these other players running around, running 4.8s and sub 4.5s. It's scary. I'll say it's scary. I'm gonna respect it, but it's scary.
Before you go, Nick, I want to read this to you again. So I want you to expound on this even more. Remember his strengths, just a reminder for the listeners as well, talking about Ty Robinson: alignment and versatile, first step quickness, experience, quick and violent hands. Yeah. Add that to the mix what he just did yesterday, Nick.
Well, one thing I was going to add with the running, the 40, is that he did it twice, right? Yeah. Like he ran a 4.9, he ran sub 4.9 2 times, which is important, because not only did he do it the first time, but he showed that it's not a fluke, and that he ran a sub 4.9 the second time as well.
Yep.
I think you look at an opportunity. He needed to be a guy. We knew Ty Robinson's probably came into the combine as like a maybe a 3rd round guy, but more and more probably a 4th, maybe a 5th guy coming into it. This is one of those where, I mean, AG guys, now you're looking at him and saying if he continues to test well, that potentially draws more eyes to Nebraska's pro day that's coming up.
Yep.
And then on top of that, if he continues to test well and passes the interview portions like we kind of talked about, then you're looking at a significant jump in making some money, right? Like I remember when Jake and I were in New York, we were talking about, like this is an opportunity that since Ty and Nash came back for the bowl game and stuck around, and these guys that stick around for the bowl game, while it comes with a risk of getting potentially hurt, when you're in a spot like Ty and Nash are, to where they're fringe, middle to late round draft guys, they are able to seriously make some money in those later stages of the season. And that's why I think I really appreciated the fact that a guy like Ty Robinson came back, because you knew he was going to get drafted. You didn't know where, obviously. We still don't, but you knew he was going to get drafted at some point. But that strong performance in the bowl game allowed him to jump it from maybe a 5th round to a 4th round grade. Now you continue to test well. And before the end of it, with other guys like a Jay Higgins from Iowa not testing well, you're looking at Ty Robinson could potentially be a fringe late 2nd round, early 3rd round pick, which is dramatically different than what it was just 3 months ago.
Exactly.
You guys, as far as, I was looking at, this has been something that's people been talking about quite a bit. AG, obviously, we all know this. We mentioned it ad nauseum, the number of years you played Do you guys think, and I want to get both your opinion, and text line, let us know too, just, those that didn't play, but just as far as just on the outside looking in. AG, I want you to start with this first. Travis Hunter said yesterday that he's built different, that he wants to play both ways, looks to play both ways. Mm-hmm. Do you think that is doable, AG, in your opinion?
Yes, it is. It's doable. It's doable. It just got to be with the right coaching staff that's going to allow him to do it. Outside of that, it's doable. Like I said, just you got to have everybody else to support him around him at the same place. If he doesn't have that, then it's going to be, obviously, he won't be able to do it. It's that simple. So I would love to see him do it because it hasn't been done a whole lot. We see Deion did it kind of, right? And we see other players kind of dibble dabble with some receiver play, being the DB, and vice versa. I remember they were talking about a guy playing fullback. That was one of the edge rushers as well. But they said, well, he's not going to do fullback a whole lot because he can't catch the ball. I'm like, yeah, you definitely got to do that as a fullback. So I think it's one is wait and see, but it's got to be an ideal situation where everybody that is that drafted him is on board with him doing that as well.
Nick, what's your thoughts on it, man?
I apologize for having to bring baseball into this, but like there's a lot of guys that will in baseball go two ways, right? They'll go into the league and think, well, I can pitch and I can hit, or I can pitch and I can play in the field. There's a reason why only a few actually do it. Shohei Ohtani is the current day one, to where he is so polarizing at both on the mound and in the field, and he follows it up with a really good bat. Mm-hmm. Travis Hunter, if he's going to want to play both ways, he needs to consistently show that he can do it at the top of the top levels, guys, because on top of it all, everybody knows that he feels the way he does about his game, which means the moment he slips up, whether he's catching the ball or whether he's playing DB, the moment he slips up, somebody's going to say something. Somebody's going to say something about how he should stick to DB, or he should have stuck to wide receiver. The minute he gets torched, the minute he drops a big touchdown pass, whatever it might be, somebody's going to say something. Somebody's going to say something.
There's naysayers everywhere. You're right, Nick. You're 100% right. There's naysayers, but you know what? You ignore them. Just like he ignored him at Colorado. Deion ignored him. So that's what he does to that. Because it's going to be people stepping up and saying, oh, he should be more 100% at DB or be 100% at wide receiver. He got to pick one. There's always going to be haters out there, but you don't let them stop you, basically.
But that's basically what he does there. Sit here and act like when he's playing TCU on a Saturday evening that he's going up against the same guys that he'll see in the NFL every Sunday.
No, you true there. That's facts too. You're not. It's going to be a different caliber of if he's a wide receiver, different caliber of cornerback, us more smart, intelligent. Like I said, that D lineman Sam Adams who tracked me down in practice when I thought I had the edge and thought I had me a touchdown, I had a 10-yard gain instead of a 50-yard gain. Yes, so he will be playing against more intelligent players on either side of the ball, even when he's at DB playing wide receiver. So yes, but it's always going to be that because we're some of them. We're some of the talking heads. Okay, so yeah, that's going to be a part of it. But that's what you, as a professional, that's what you deal with on the daily. We deal with this commentation from local media to national media to international media on the world on a daily basis. And one thing I did, guys, I didn't turn on TV. That's why I play video games. I didn't pay attention to that. That's why I was in the weight room doing my stuff, ignoring everything else, ignoring the white noise. So that is also makes you a consistent professional because you avoid those places where you're going to hear negativity about yourself, about you or your team. Don't turn it on. Don't watch it. Don't cater to it because once you do, it makes it hard to function. And for me, my thing is that I'm going to function 100%. So I'm not listening to any of that. And that was what my dad told me when I was younger. Don't watch the ESPNs. Don't watch the NFL Network wasn't around, but any talk shows that are talking about you or your team, even at Nebraska. No, I don't turn it on. So I'm studying, playing video games, and watching movies with the fam. So there you go. And that's what he needs to do. And this is really to all players and all athletes out there.
With Travis Hunter, I love the kid. I love his athletic ability, what he can do. This is just my humble opinion. I would love to see it. I don't know how feasible that is, though. You're going against the best. I mean, you're talking about 32 teams. How many total players are in the league? We got Jay Foreman in the house.
It's about over a little bit over. Well,
Yes.
but 53, yeah, about a little over 1,000.
A little over 1,000.
Yeah.
So you got a little over 1,000. The best athletes in the world at their positions. This is not to your point. And AJ, like you said, he can't hear all the white noise, things of that nature. My thing is this, regardless if he's listening or not, there's only a certain amount you can do physically at that level, regardless of how driven or motivated you are. The body only has so much.
Sure.
And you're going against the best receivers. Like I said, he's not going against SMU, TCU, anybody in college as far as that goes. You're going against the premier guys, some of which have been in there 5, 6, 7 years that are technicians and pros. That's why they're pros. Like I said, would it be cool to see it? Yes. I just don't know physically and from a psychological aspect if he could do that and perform well at both of them at the same time. Jay, I want to get your opinion
I don't think he could be able to do it to the magnitude that he did in college, where you're playing 140 plays or whatever. Like, essentially, there's a couple games he played every single play on offense and defense. But I think, number one, he coming out, he a lockdown corner. He number one corner. He for real. Now, I saw him up close and personal. Homeboy is stepping in top 10 at that position. And then, the thing about it is if he goes to like Cleveland, right? Or even Tennessee and say they do have a number one receiver, you got to think the matchup that he's getting is more favorable. So he's going against a number 3. He's going against a slot corner, a number 3 corner. So you'll be able to get more with less reps. He don't have to be out there all the time playing receiver. So if you play 60 plays on defense, 70 plays on defense, which you can do, and they might sub him a couple. Okay, that's fine. Play 10 to 20 plays on offense at the max. He's fine. That's what Deion did. That's what he's essentially just another how Deion did. How Deion was. It's going to be when he's in there. He's either going to be a
special package
decoy, and he has enough, energy to do it. He'll be fine. And there'll be some games he only play a couple times.
He's a guy, Jay and Ahman and Nick, I could also see he's so flexible on special teams.
Yeah.
Kickoff return, punt return. Could you see him back doing something like that?
Here's what he
does. His rookie year, he's going to do that for sure.
He creates a lot of stress on the whole staff.
Oh, yeah.
Because
problems. That's why he's a problem.
The offensive coordinator's got to worry about him at corner. The defensive coordinator's got to worry about him on offense. And then the special teams coordinator got to worry about what if. He doesn't have to be the full-time punt returner. You might put him back there.
Just back there.
You can put him back there with another dude that is good, and they can have a 2 guy. Like punt returns now, they have 2 guys back there. So he spreads the bandwidth of your coaching staff and your players. That's the biggest attribute that he got. And plus he's solid, man. He's a good kid off the field, a little naive, obviously, with his, personal life, but that's all of us. Everybody did that.
Absolutely.
But, and he'll get and he'll continue to grow there. But football wise, he's a no-brainer.
He seems like a guy, Jay, Ahman, and Nick, that, and just talking with Jason, the receivers coach, is friends with Ted Gilmore.
Right.
He played at Houston as well. And he played at Atlanta.
Right? Yeah.
Jason said he is a kid. He goes, you got some kids that like football.
He
said he loves football.
Yeah.
They said this young man loves. You never had to worry about him.
Yeah.
He was at home. Obviously, that's some the naivety things that we all had at that age. He goes, but that dude, he goes, you're not gonna have a problem with this kid, and he's going to live at the complex when he gets to the pros.
He's a good kid too.
Yeah,
he's actually like a old soul.
Yeah.
He loved to fish. He liked to do this. So I think a lot of people just they use Travis Hunter, Shedeur Sanders, and those guys as just clickbait to talk about.
Yeah.
And then they top flight athletes.
They're good kids. Yeah.
And the thing about Shedeur, they people don't. For every bad report talking about his arm strength, not throwing. There's a guy. He was at an event for one of his NIL deals. They
said, you're telling this story. I read it, Jay.
They said that every single time that he was supposed to be there, he was the most respectful. He was 5 minutes early. He kept his brother in check. And I'm gonna tell you also, when they came here and played here this last year, I was told out of all the teams that came, Colorado, the whole team was the most buttoned up. You wouldn't think that. So You know, I think it's.
I would think that because of Deion gets a bad rap a lot of times, but those kids.
But no, he handles his business though.
Yeah, he handles
even
his
how
business.
they take care of a locker room,
Right?
Simple things,
right?
Like
and
that.
that's what they said. They're the most button up and all that stuff. And I think, you know, I mean, look, man, Deion's flamboyant. He's been flamboyant, so people try to, you know, portray that on the other people, and you got to embrace it. So there's always positive and negatives that come with it, no matter what, man. And that's just the part of it.
It's a part of being in the locker room with them, you know, or being in a locker room with the Deion, with the TO, with any player that goes beyond, you know, what they should be doing. You know, people say, you know, with LeBron, that one statement a couple years ago that pissed off the whole sporting world, even former athletes, just shut up and play ball. Hey, you better watch your mouth. You know, when that fan said that or analyst said that about LeBron, it's like, no, we're athletes, but we can speak up about stuff.
Absolutely.
You know, we don't have to be choir boys and choir girls all the time. We can push the needle. We can be who. This is us being us. You just hadn't seen it yet because some of our, you know, before our generation, you know, before I say me and Jay's generation, guys kind of just kept their mouth shut and went to business. But now the new generation, they talk back. You know, and that they are talking back disrespectful. You think it's disrespectful because they're talking in the first place. It was like, no, we could always talk. Reggie White, that's why he became a Packer, right? He stood up and said, you know what, I want to make a change. I want to get out of Philadelphia. I want to win. You know, so people are now just still adjusting to athletes having a voice. That's still what's new. You know, us doing this right now, myself, Jay, JP, Terrell, everybody that has a show, yourself, AD, Nick as well. People are the whole new of things that people are still adjusting to is athletes talking, having podcasts, having their own talk shows and things that they do. That's still new to folks. You know, they used to the old guys where they just play football, play basketball, baseball, and call it a career. You know, you didn't really hear from them a whole lot until they retired and they had their ceremony saying goodbye or their induction speech into the Hall of Fame. You know, things of that nature. So it's a different time.
A lot of more platforms available, that's for sure.
It gives them more power though too.
Yeah, it does.
And I think
a ton of power. I agree with you, Jay.
Also, I think it's changed. That's how the athletes have been able to change how they view themselves and stuff like that. So it's all great as long as they do use it in a positive way. And Travis Hunter, certainly does. So does Shador. All of them, they do it in a positive way. And there's nothing wrong with a little bit of confidence.
Absolutely.
You got to
you got to have confidence, man. All day.
Comes from hard work, man.
Absolutely. Jay, we appreciate you stopping in. Definitely check out Jay at 3 o'clock today.
All right, man.
Thanks, Jay.
All right, Jay, man. Good talking to you.
As well. When we come back, folks, we got a busy Husker weekend all over the country as far as that goes. We'll talk when we come back. It's The Drive, 93.7 The Ticket.
Attention comedy fans, get ready for a night of non-stop laughs at the brand new Howler House Comedy Club. Brought to you by the team behind Kincaidor Brewing, Sideshow Spirits, and Beer House, this underground comedy experience is happening beneath Beer House in the heart of the Haymarket. Enjoy Jason Vest and Layla Ingalls from The Kill Tony Show, as well as Will C this Friday. Shows are at 6:30 and 9 p.m. Buy your tickets today at beerhousene.com for the brand new Howler House Comedy Club, opening this Friday at 8th and P.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
The Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mainly sunny skies and it will be windy. See an afternoon high around 65. Tonight, mainly clear skies, a light breeze, and a low around 28. And tomorrow, we'll see mainly sunny skies with light winds and an afternoon high around 46. I'm meteorologist Kyle Bucket from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old-fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with Taco Night on Mondays or Whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
At Planet Fitness, we're declaring it. This is the year of getting stronger. And future stronger you can get started now by saving $28 or more when you join today. You in? We have all the best-in-class equipment you could ever need to keep stepping it up. And free fitness training to help you mix up your routine. Plus, most clubs are open 24 hours. So let's do this. Join Planet Fitness today and save $28 or more. Just $1 down, $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends February 28th. See Home Club for details.
early break.
Zip's house smells like a mix of cinnamon rolls and Marlboro.
I don't. Why do people think I smoke? I guess I look like a smoker. I sound like a smoker. I have leathery skin. But I do not smoke.
You have been hacking the whole show. You've hacked the whole show.
With Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Bush from 6 to 9 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hello.
Angela, we have to break up.
But why?
Because you're a robot and I'm just a guy trying to get better internet.
It's Aloe Fiber, isn't it? I always knew you wanted faster speeds. My contract isn't good enough for you.
Face it, Angela, they let me talk to real people.
Press 4 to break my heart. Oh wait, you already did.
Visit aloefiber.com to switch today.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks? Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Outside is where winter adventure unfolds. On frozen lakes, icy landscapes, and snow-covered slopes, feeling the cold air rush by as you race downhill. The freedom of gliding with ease and the warmth of being together. From epic sled rides to the fun of ice fishing, it's all right here beneath Nebraska skies. Start your winter adventure at yournebraskaparks.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Associations and this station.
Wrestling fans, it's time to elevate your game, just like Stevenson Smith Construction does for your concrete needs. As your full-service concrete contractor, we deliver solid results every time. From singles to doubles, fighting for inside position to scrambling reversals, we know how to pin down quality and slam expectations. Stevenson Smith Construction, a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket, where Husker wrestlers bring you all the action. Don't stall, Stevenson Smith Construction is here to help you build a concrete foundation for the win. Check us out at www.stevensonsmith.com because stalling is a penalty and winning is the only option.
Attention all wing fans! Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays, enjoy 89-cent boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.29 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Wings and Rings today at 68th and O or in Williamsburg Village. The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Gray on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
folks, we are back. Beautiful Friday morning, not afternoon. Yep, got a couple hours until the afternoon kicks in. Nick, what's your plans this weekend, my man?
Let's try to turn it on the microphone, see if that helps. Not a whole lot. Just kind of hanging out. And then Saturday, a lot of people might not know this. I help do some baseball stuff, coach baseball and things like that for some high school guys. And high school baseball tryouts are Monday. So
nice.
There's a lot of guys that are trying to get in and get some work done in the last minutes before they try out and stuff. And so yes, that's how my Saturday is filled is going to be. I got a couple hours of lessons and work to do there.
Baseball tryouts start when in high school?
Monday.
It's on.
Yep.
It's on and popping.
Monday, Tuesday, I believe Wednesday is the third day of it. So yeah, good luck to everybody going through the spring sport tryouts, I should say. Not just baseball.
AG, what about yourself? What you got popping this weekend, bro?
Actually a quiet weekend. I'll just be doing some stuff around the house, making an attempt at doing my taxes for the first time myself. And going down that road, that slippery slope. So I'll let y'all know how it goes over the weekend.
Yeah, I got some
just hanging out. That's it, man. Hanging out.
Absolutely.
For him, how can I forget? Tomorrow is my first installment of we call it the Alumni Esports Media Esports League. It starts tomorrow, and our first category of games is sports games. So we're playing Madden, NBA 2K, and MLB The Show. So it's a best of 3 out of 10 players. The players, I got Ty Crawford. He was a defensive end for the Dallas Cowboys, former of he played at Boise State. Derod Bunch, Michigan player. I think he played. Was Bunch a linebacker or a fullback? I can't remember. I think he was a linebacker.
I can't remember what he played.
But we got him playing. And Chris Warren, former running back of the Seattle Seahawks, he signed up. Chris Warren. Yeah, Chris Warren and Marcus Peterson. But he was a wide receiver to play for the Cowboys. A few other guys with me as well, playing along for our first. So check us out. We'll be on Alumni Media Esports channel on Twitch tomorrow at 12, starting at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Gotcha.
Starting with Madden.
Check that out. Congrats on that. Good luck on that.
Thank you.
Well, this weekend in Husker sports, first of all, there's the Big Ten Championship, indoor championships that's going on. That starts today until tomorrow. That's going to be in Indianapolis as well, at the Indiana Farm Bureau Fall Creek Pavilion. There are Huskers that are involved in this big time. There's Huskers currently have 14 individuals in it, ranked in the top 5. You got Tyus Wilson in the men. He's the high jump. You got Maxwell Olderdahl, who's in the shot put. You got Mason Coy in the high jump. You have Dyson Wicker, that's in the pole vault. You have Henry Zimmerman, that's in the weight throw. Reed Nelson, the high jump as well. And McKylan Moore, that's in the triple jump. As far as the women goes, you have Jenna Rogers going to be in high jump. Alexina Johansson, she's in the shot put. Mine DeClerc is the shot put. Rihanna Phipps, she's a triple jumper. Ayla Velpek, she's a high jumper. Felicia Williams, she's in triple jump. And Kaylin Meyer, she's in the shot put as well. So good luck to all of our men and women and female Husker and male athletes that are going to be there in the Big Ten Indoor Championship that is going to be going on there in Indy as well. So good luck to them. And then Nick, man, softball as we speak. I'm not sure what the score is. I probably should check on that. But they are playing actually right now. The ladies are at 10 o'clock. I think at 10 o'clock was when that game.
Yeah, they do. They're against Wichita State this morning. They are currently up after 2 innings of play. They are up 2-0 on the Shockers. But South Dakota State is first. South Dakota State's first.
They got Okie State at 12 at 12:30.
Which that's a top 15 matchup in the country. But Jordy Ball not getting the start on the mound for the first game. We'll probably get the ball in the circle, or not the mound, the circle for the second game. Starting in the circle is Hannah Kamenzind. Jordy is hitting second in the lineup like she always does, and getting the start at first base.
So that game is going on right now there in Wichita. Then the ladies will take on Okie State at 12:30. The men got a heck of a weekend. They play tonight at 6 p.m. versus Sam Houston State. And then tomorrow at 4 p.m., go Tigers. It's the LSU who they got tomorrow, Nick.
Number 3
in the country. So they got Sam Houston State. Pretty good team, aren't they?
Yeah, very good team. Actually, has a lot of connections to Nebraska, essentially, because Lance Harvell previously coached at Sam Houston State. And so I think, in those Texas teams, I always say it and remind people that early in the year, which technically you still are, Nebraska's in week 3 of the season. You are usually a little bit ahead of everybody else if you're a Southern school. If you're even if you are a Houston or an LSU, you're going to be ahead of the Northern region teams. And so naturally, we saw it last week with Louisiana and Nebraska, just head ahead of them, sharper for the duration of it. But ultimately, Nebraska should be able to knock off Sam Houston, Kansas State. Kansas State, they play Sunday. Hopefully, though, they shock some people tomorrow. You want to talk about big opportunities, guys. Going back to a couple of weeks ago when they were in Arizona, younger guy, Ty Horn, got the ball on the mound on day 2 against Vanderbilt, had a nice outing, settled in. Guess what? Tomorrow, he gets LSU. So, they're continuing to trust Ty Horn, who's a younger guy, trying to move into that starting role. And we'll see how he handles, the big bodies, SEC guys in the LSU Tigers. The Omaha Mavericks knocked off LSU last weekend, by the way. So
nice.
That was at LSU.
That's going to be a heck of a matchup for sure. So I'm excited to keep posted what that's going to go on tomorrow as well. And also the men's basketball team, big weekend for them. They have Minnesota tomorrow at 1:00. Gentlemen, we kind of talked a lot about what needs to happen for them as far as the quad 1s, quad 2s, 3s, and 4s, and where they sit at as far as the NCAA dance right now. The only thing they'd be thinking about as far as that goes is tomorrow at 1:00 versus Minnesota Golden Gophers as far as that goes. The ladies travel out to Northwestern. They played there in Evansville. They play the women on Sunday at 2 p.m. The women take Northwestern, which is a game they should take care of as well. Would like to see them bounce back after senior day last week and get a win as well. So it's a full weekend of Husker sports. So tune in. There's going to be a lot of them coming on. So hopefully the women, like I said, the track team does well in Indy, the men and women's in baseball and softball and basketball as well.
And guys, if you're traveling, guys and gals, if you're traveling to the Nebraska men's basketball game tomorrow, once again, make sure you know the section that you're sitting in and coordinate the stripe out. I'm a little disappointed Nebraska is not providing shirts. That's the easiest way to do this is if Nebraska would have provided a white and a red t-shirt based on the section and just laid them out for you. But that is not the case. So Nebraska fans, if you're going to the Minnesota game tomorrow, please plan accordingly. Try to find, you got time this afternoon to go grab a t-shirt. You got time in the morning. Head over to our friends over at Alumni Hall nearby. Whatever it takes to coordinate a nice, high-quality stripe out tomorrow, please take care of business. If you have any questions, you can go onto the Huskers website and figure out what section and what color coordinates with each.
Get that stripe out down to a T, folks. We'll be right back, folks, for our last segment. It's The Drive, 93.7 The Ticket.
Attention all wing fans! Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays, enjoy 89-cent boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.29 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Wings and Rings today at 68th and O or in Williamsburg Village.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
There's no place like McKinney's Irish Pub for St. Patrick's Day, so mark your calendars to join in on the fun for their 11th annual Street Festival. The party starts on Saturday, March 15th, with tons of giveaways, a kilt contest, great Irish food, and green beer, and continues on Monday the 17th for actual St. Patrick's Day. Doors open for the bar at 11 a.m. on Saturday and 9 a.m. on Monday, and the street party starts at 2 p.m. both days. Don't miss out on great music and great fun with no cover charge. for St. Patrick's Day weekend at McKinney's 8th and P in the Haymarket.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks? Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
Load up on meat and more this winter at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. This week's special through March 4th is $1 off crisscross pretzels, buy one, get one free on hot dogs, and $2 off on Piedmontese brats. The Mercado has locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, and at 168th and Maple Streets in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Lincoln's go-to for fun isn't new. It's a place that's been a staple of the city for years and is only getting better. Matson's Bowling and Billiards always has open bowling available with no long lines unlike other centers. They have live music almost every weekend and great food at EJ's Bar and Lounge with seating for 150 people. They have popular meals like the EJ Burger, pizza for the whole family, and famous EJ's Wings. Contact Sarah to book a party for friends, coworkers, or family at Matson's Bowling and Billiards just south of 48th and Holdridge.
Salt Lake City is not only Lincoln's newest brewery, but they're also now serving food. Enjoy a full menu of great items daily for lunch and dinner, like their peanut butter and jelly burger with bacon and cheddar cheese, or a Reuben sandwich served on Blackstone rye bread. Don't forget their beef or chicken nachos with guacamole, sour cream, jalapenos, and more. Wash it down with one of their 12 beers on tap, including the popular Single Axle Light American Lager. Salt Mine City, now open 11 a.m. every day but Mondays at 8th and R.
The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeyman electricians from $32.50 to $42.50 per hour with paid benefits. And if you're looking for a new career, they're hiring apprentices at $19.50 per hour with paid benefits. Call the office at 402-423-4497 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Outside is where winter adventure unfolds. On frozen lakes, icy landscapes, and snow-covered slopes, feeling the cold air rush by as you race downhill. The freedom of gliding with ease and the warmth of being together. From epic sled rides to the fun of ice fishing, it's all right here beneath Nebraska skies. Start your winter adventure at yournebraskaparks.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Associations and this station.
Nebraska Veterans Aid is here for veterans and dependents facing unforeseen financial emergencies. Get assistance with food, fuel, shelter, clothing, transportation, and even funeral and medical expenses. If you're a veteran facing a financial emergency, apply for Nebraska Veterans Aid through your county veteran service officer. Learn more at veterans.nebraska.gov/NVA. Sponsored by the Nebraska Department of Veterans Affairs, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. That first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe.
Have you heard about Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center? Located at 7555 Pioneers Boulevard, Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center offers compassionate, patient-focused care and provides outpatient surgery services, making it possible to have non-emergency surgery and return home the same day. Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center specializes in cardiology, vascular radiology, orthopedics, pain management, and much, much more. Give them a call today at 402-261-1085 or online at amimaging.com.
Now back to The Drive with AD, Raff, and Ahman Green on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Folks, we are back for our last segment, and it's also the last day for a guy to become like my little brother, and that is Enrique Cleary Alvarez, a.k.a. Radio Rico. Rico, good morning, brother.
Good morning. How are you?
Doing good, man.
What's up, Rico?
What's up, Ahman?
Chilling.
You know, Rico, like I said, when I first started doing radio, this was the first time I've only done radio when I was going into a city, to speak about an event I was going to be at. It was in there like in and out 5 minutes, 10 at the most.
Yeah.
Actually doing a show. In fact, I was pissed at Raff. I said, man, I'm not doing no dang radio show. What are you talking
say it was
about?
Raff's fault. He dragged you along.
It was, because he kind of brought me in here on false pretenses, man, as far as that goes. Yeah, it was not what I was thinking.
Of course he did.
And but I'm grateful, because like I've said this numerous times, I needed the radio more than the radio ever needed me during those times. And still, man, I love it. But nevertheless, Rico, brother, you've become like family and our family, and have taught me so much about radio and just life in general, man. You're a hell of a dad, hell of a husband, just a hell of a dude. And been there with me through some very dark times and tough times and good times, man, which I appreciate the most. Rico, this is your last day.
Are you trying to make me cry?
No.
Is that the goal right now?
No, man.
Is that what we're doing?
My dad would always say,
You always talk too much. That's what it is.
My dad always say, tell people you love them when they can hear it, man.
Yeah.
Don't wait till it's too late, man. So you've been in radio how long now, bro?
I've been with the ticket for 10 years.
10 years.
I mean, I was an intern for 2 years, but I still counted because I was driving from Kearney to Lincoln once a week that first year in the summer in a car that had no air conditioning. I had to borrow it from one of my friends that was on the track team. And then my second year, I was staying in Omaha with my mom, and I was driving up 3 times a week doing that. And then, I just stuck around long enough, and I bugged them long enough that they gave me a part-time job when I graduated. Then somebody else left. I ended up getting a full-time job with a couple other duties mixed in there, and I've been here ever since. It's been 8 years of part-time, full-time, and 10 years of just being around.
Rico,
I've seen a lot of people come and go here.
Go ahead, AG. You're gonna say something, brother?
No, I'm saying, wow, that's just awesome. That's what I was just commenting on.
If for people who have been listening to the ticket for a long time, I started my internship when Mike. What is his name? It was like Drop the Mic. So it was the show that I was interning on, and then he left while I was interning, and then Brett Kane started, and Brett Kane was here for a while. Now he works out with Altitude Sports out in Denver, and then all of the multiple hosts on some drive time shows and all that. So I've seen a lot of people come and go here.
Yeah,
it's been a blast.
Well, Rico, I tell you what, man, I know you've got other different journey you're going on now, man, and continue to shine. And be that light that you always are to other people, man. And like I said, you got the 2 kids at home, the wife, a lot of good things going down the pike. Let me ask you this: what is one thing what is a bright moment, something that just like you'll never forget in radio? I know there's a lot, but which one that just sticks out the most?
I mean, the opportunities to cover Nebraska volleyball and go to the national championship, 2 years in a row, awesome. Really sticks out, and that's been a really fun time. Honestly. It's a stupid moment, and that's what makes it like hilarious and so memorable. And it was actually 5 years ago on Monday, me and 2 former workers here at the ticket, 3 former workers here at the ticket, during COVID, put out a video of what fruit we could chuck the farthest. and it actually won an award. It won a silver award for the Nebraska Broadcasters Association. So we were award-winning videographers for a dumb video where we just went to a park with some fruit, and we were like, let's see which one flies further. Turns out between apple, tangelos, limes, lemons, and plums, lemons fly the farthest.
Really? I would have said apple.
That's what I
I would have said apple. It was a little heavier.
Yeah, it was the 3rd farthest. Nope, lemons.
Oh, okay. Well,
Crowbait says to you here, man, he goes, it's not the ticket without some Rico. Joseph says here, Rico going to miss hearing you on the station. Good luck from the football parking garage guy. Crowbait says, I remember that.
Yeah.
Rico,
it was dumb.
But it was a lot, but it stands out, and it was a lot of fun, man.
Oh, yeah.
If people want to still keep up with you, I know they know your Twitter handle. What's your Twitter handle, just to let them know, though?
At Radio Rico AC. You can keep up with me on there. Follow me on Instagram, too. Sometimes I post pictures of my kids. They're pretty cute. And that's just my full name, at Enrique Alvarez Clary. It's a very long handle, but it's okay. Yeah, that's my Instagram. So
I'll find it fast.
Old Dad says we're gonna miss you, Rico.
I'm gonna miss all you guys. This has been it's been an amazing 10 years here at the ticket. Doing all kinds of crazy things. From going I like in my post, I put from going from an intern driving in once a week from Kearney to being the assistant program director here. It's been a wild ride, and I've done things that I never thought that I would ever do. I mean, I never even thought I would get into radio when I first went to college, but the stars aligned, everything fell right, and I was so blessed to be here for 10 years and to meet some amazing people and to work with some amazing. I mean, shoot, I get to work with Aaron Davis, who has a statue at Lincoln High. I get to work with Ahman Green is the all-time leading rusher for the Green Bay Packers. I get to work with Terrell Farley, who's one of the best linebackers ever to put on the pads in Nebraska. Get to work with Jay Foreman, one of the best linebackers ever put on the pad. One of my friends from high school, huge Bills fan. When he saw I posted a picture with Jay Foreman, he freaked out. He's like, "How do you know him?" I was like, "I work. He's my coworker. He's just some old guy."
Jay to me.
Same thing with Ahman. My cousins met him when we were down in Omaha. We had some drinks and we ate some wings, and they were just like, "This is growing." One of my cousins is a huge Bears fan. The other one's a huge Vikings fan. So I was like, "Hey guys, guess what? This guy ran all over your teams." And they're like, "This is crazy."
It was business, it wasn't personal. It was all business.
Never personal, right?
So it's been fantastic, and I will never take my time here for granted. I loved every second of it, and I thank all the listeners who have made it such a fun place to work. And going back and forth with you guys on the text line, over the air, and over the phones. Never short on stories, never short on fun. I love all you guys so much. It's been amazing.
Once we closed out, Hisselberg, appreciate you. Goes, make him cry, make him cry.
Stop. I refuse to cry.
We'll miss you, Rico. AG, any last minute words, my man?
Oh man, no, man. I'm gonna just keep it simple. Have a good weekend and be nice to everybody. I like to reiterate what Raff always says, and I say relax. It's one of those weekends, long weekend, because we got a lot of basketball coming up for college basketball players and a lot of other sports going on this weekend. So go tune in and watch Huskers play and compete and win.
Absolutely. Rico Thunder Not Collins says, "Dang it, Rico, don't do it." Crow Bates says, "I'll remember, always remember." Happy hour. Rico, love you, appreciate you. And we say, tell people they make a difference, because relationships do matter.
Yes,
folks, you matter as well. Thanks for riding with us. We'll be back on Monday morning. Have a safe weekend.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Attention comedy fans, get ready for a night of non-stop laughs at the brand new Howler House Comedy Club. Brought to you by the team behind Kincaidor Brewing, Sideshow Spirits, and Beer House, this underground comedy experience is happening beneath Beer House in the heart of the Haymarket. Enjoy Jason Vest and